Everyone, and I just want to go over how actually insane mana regen is. So basically, I've gotten myself a pretty good set of mana regen. I don't have full stuff, so I only have mana regen 3 on my necklace, and I have mana regen 5 on this, and these two I don't have either, just because it's so hard to get those, because you have to craft them. But then the rest of my stuff, mana regen 5, mana regen 5, mana regen 5, and mana regen 0, because there aren't any cheap ones on the auction house. Basically, for demonstration, I have a Guardian Pet on, just to make the difference more obvious. Put down a Plasma Flux. And firstly, with all my full set, look how much mana I have. You pretty much cannot use all of your mana. This does use a Guardian Pet, which you're never going to be using, but like, just for reference, this is full spamming Hyperion, and you know, I just can't use it all. Like, I'm barely halfway through my mana. Come on, let's get all the way through it. It's insane. It uses you regen so much mana so quickly. And there we go, I ran out. And then look how fast you regen it back. It's just like nearly instant. Boop. And I calculated the difference between the two. It takes about 6.5 seconds to regen to full mana with this set on and Guardian, and it takes 16 seconds without it. So it's over twice as fast, and I only have mana regen. Like, if you just look at the stats, that's 12, 25, 37.5, and then 50. So then I should have 57.5 faster mana regen. But in reality, I have over double faster mana regen, which is insane. And then secondly, I think the best attributes, in my opinion, is either mana regen and mana pool, which everyone knows for Aurora, obviously, or mana regen and mending. Because mending, compared to health regen, is definitely better, and you do actually need health for the Kucher fights now. You take a decent amount of damage. I prefer mending, but you could stick with just mana pool, mana regen, or mana regen and one of the other new decent attributes. But in my opinion, I would say stick with mana pool, mana regen, or mending and mana regen, and it's insane, especially on attributes. If you're getting it on attributes or like equipment, you could argue for mana regen and veteran, because you know you can use those anywhere, and that's very, very strong. But especially for Kudra, mana regen, mana pool, it's the way to go. It's insane. I would get some on any gear that you have where you're using mage gear, especially for equipment. If you get a full set of equipment, you're basically going to be able to double your DPS as a mage, especially if you're new, like a new mage, and you're using a Spirit Scepter or something, and you're limited by your mana. You're going to be able to double it. Your DPS. That does assume you have mana regen 5 on stuff, which is going to be very hard for a new mage to have. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. But anyway, it's insane. Thanks for watching.